Good afternoon and welcome to Africa Today. I am Jessica Magaji Joseph. First, the headlines. Tinubu appoints Major General Olufemi Oluyede as acting chief of army staff. Ghana presidential candidate Akua Donkor passes away. Dozens injured in post-election protest in Mozambique. And on sports news, NFF praises Sulen Flamingos as team return home. And now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has appointed Major General Olufemi Olatobosun Oluyede as the acting chief of army staff. This was disclosed in a statement on Wednesday by the special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Nanuga. He stated that Oluyede will serve as the COS until the return of Tarid Abiodun Lagbaja, who is currently indisposed and undergoing treatment abroad. Oluyede participated in several operations, including the Economic Community of West African State Monitoring Group mission in Liberia, Operation Harmony IV in Bakassi, and Operation Hardin K in the Northeast Theater of Operations, where he commanded 27 Task Force Brigade. Justice Emeka Nweti of the Federal High Court Abuja has adjourned the hearing in the alleged money laundering case brought against the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to January 21, 2025. At the resumed hearing on Wednesday, counsel to EFCC Kemi Pinheiro told the court that he had two witnesses already in court. He said his first application was to formally apply that the court should enter a plea of not guilty on behalf of Bello, even in his absence, as it was in full compliance with Section 276 of the Administration of Criminal Justice. The EFCC counsel stated that Bello has the right to plead guilty or not guilty, and that can be waived by the defendant. He urged the court to hold that the defendant has waived that right. Pinheiro further said that the entry of a plea of not guilty by the court was an invitation to the prosecution to come and prove the veracity of the allegations. Abuja Magistrate Court has granted bail to a House of Representatives member for Aba North and South, Alex Ekwechi, in the sum of 500,000 naira and two sureties in like sum. In a brief ruling, the presiding judge Abubakar Said said the sureties must reside within the court's jurisdiction and provide utility bills as proof of evidence. The charges brought against him include abuse of office, assault, and threats to life. He pleaded not guilty when it was read to him. His counsel thereafter made an oral application for bail, which was granted by the court. The case has been adjourned to November 8, 2024. Ekwechi, who was arraigned for allegedly assaulting an inhaling cab driver, Stephen Abuaseya, in Abuja. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has urged Nigerians to wait for the outcome of an investigation by the police. Members of the Nigerian Governors Forum are currently meeting at the Forum Secretariat in Abuja. The meeting is holding few hours after the governors met with the National Council of Traditional Rulers at the Presidential Villa. Top of the agenda for the meeting is expected to be attended by the 36 state governors are the issues of local government autonomy, updates from the recently concluded United Nations General Assembly, as well as updates on royalties account reconciliation. The governors are also expected to receive briefing from the Director General of the Department of State Security Services, Adiola Ajayi, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Milikiari, and former Vice President Namadi Sambu. When we return, news from other parts of West Africa. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Welcome back. Akpo Dankwa, one of Ghana's presidential candidates for the upcoming December 7th election, has passed away. The founder of the Ghana Freedom Party died at a hospital in Ghana capital Accra on Monday around 10 p.m. local time, according to local media reports. 72-year-old Akpo Dankwa, one of only two female candidates in the election alongside Nana Frimpoma of the Convention People's Party, was diagnosed with abdominal complications on Saturday, October 26th. After initial treatment at a hospital in Eastern Ghana, she was allowed to return home. However, on Monday, she experienced a medical emergency and was taken to a major hospital in Accra for further care. Her running mate, Kwabena Agema Apia Kubi, who visited her earlier that day, received the news of her passing at 10 p.m. A cult attack in Uganda village leaves 8 dead. 8 people, including a 3-year-old child, were killed in a brutal attack by suspected cult members in Uganda, authorities confirmed on Wednesday. The assault took place late Tuesday night in Mizizi, a small village in Kagadi district, about 250 kilometers west of Kampala, Uganda's capital. According to the Uganda People's Defense Forces, the attackers, believed to be members of a new unidentified cult, targeted relatives and community members using bladed weapons in the attack. Security forces, including police and military units, are actively searching for the perpetrators as investigations continue to uncover details about the cult. 8 other people were injured in the incident, with 4 of the deceased under the age of 13, police said. Security forces reportedly killed 2 of the suspected attackers as they responded to the violence. We move to other parts of Africa after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. At least 10 people were killed and 63 injured by gunfire in Mozambique during protests following disputed election results, reports stated. Demonstrations erupted after Mozambique's Electoral Commission declared the ruling party Frelimo the winner of the October 9th election, extending its 49-year rule. Opposition groups and observers claimed the election was marred by fraud. In response to the protest, police used tear gas and live ammunition, with Interior Minister Pascal Ronda stating that security forces acted to restore order amid violent protests. Between October 18th and 26th, 73 shooting incidents were recorded, resulting in 10 deaths, according to a statement from the Medical Association of Mozambique and the Order of Doctors of Mozambique. Human Rights Watch, independently confirming 11 deaths and more than 50 serious injuries, noted that actual numbers might be higher since many injured did not report to hospitals. The Chad government on Wednesday vowed to obliterate Boko Haram capabilities following a deadly weekend attack by the jihadis on a military garrison. The jihadis killed around 40 people and wounded dozens more during a raid on a base in the Lake Chad region, an area plagued by various armed groups. In response, Chad on Monday launched Operation Haskanit that aims to only secure a peaceful population, but also to hunt down, root out and obliterate the nuisance capability of Boko Haram and its affiliates. Interim Prime Minister Abdurrahim Bireme Hamid told reporters. Foreign Minister Abdurrahman Kola Mala also on Wednesday renewed the nation's call on international community to step up its support of counter-terrorism efforts in the region. Up next is business news. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv, Polka.
Thanks for staying with us. And now in business news. Nigeria is recording massive rise in money supply across the financial system. This comes as the Central Bank of Nigeria said broad money supply increased by 64.6% year-on-year to 1,800.95 trillion naira in September 2024 from 66.17 trillion naira in the corresponding period of 2023. Also, the Apex Bank said the naira money grew by 40.7% year-on-year to 35.6 trillion naira in September 2024 from 25.3 trillion naira in September 2023. Broad money is a category for measuring the amount of money circulating in an economy. It is defined as the most inclusive method of calculating a given country's money supply and includes naira money along with other assets that can be easily converted into cash to buy goods and services. South Africa's government forecasted higher budget deficit and debt for the next 3 years, even as improved electricity supply suggests better growth prospects. In its first budget review since forming a coalition, the National Treasury projected a 5.0% deficit of national output for the fiscal year ending in March 2025, up from the 4.5% previously forecast. For the next fiscal year, the deficit is expected to be 4.3% of GDP, compared to the earlier 3.7% estimated. The rand weakened following this announcement. Revenue collection is under pressure due to declines in fuel and import taxes, and Finance Minister Eno Gondogwana emphasized the need for tough fiscal decisions in light of limited growth. Still to come in sports news. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. And now on sports news. The Nigerian Football Federation has once again patted the Flamingos on the back to their virtuoso displays at the 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in Dominican Republic. The team returned to the country on Tuesday night and was formally welcomed by the General Secretary of the Nigerian Football Federation, Mohammed Sanusi, who said the ladies put up a good fight and needed to be encouraged despite quarter-final elimination by the United States of America. The Flamingos had won New Zealand 4-1, routed Ecuador 4-0, and piped host nation Dominican Republic 1-0 in overhauling their Group A, reaching the quarterfinals where they were outclassed by the Americans in Santiago de los Caballeros. Edo Queens FC backs the euphoria of their striker Ijamilusi Folashade top draw performance on her debut outing with the Super Falcons, which she capped with a hat-trick in their 5-1 friendly victory against Algeria at Mobalaji Johnson Arena on Tuesday. The CAF Women's Champions League participants followed her exploits on the pitch and were left over the moon by her brace before coming up with a third. Shortly after the tie that completed the two-legged fixture, Ijamilusi shared the instruction the team's captain Rashidat Ajibade gave to her that aided her hat-trick. The Libyan Football Federation plans to take legal action to reverse the sanctions imposed after their Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Nigeria was cancelled. The match, scheduled for October 15, was called off when Nigeria Super Eagles boycotted the game due to their flight being diverted, leaving the team stranded overnight at an airport. In the lead-up to the match, tensions escalated between the two countries. Following the cancellation, the Confederation of African Football awarded Nigeria a 3-0 victory and fined the LFF $50,000. LFF acting president Abdul Nasser Ahmed expressed his concerns. The decisions put Libya's qualification hopes in jeopardy as they now need to win their remaining 2 matches in Group D while hoping that Benin and Rwanda do not earn any points. And that's the sport news on Africa Today. We move to the rest of the news after this break. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv, Polka.
Welcome back. And now to the rest of the news. People in Botswana are waiting for results of Wednesday's election, which could extend the Botswana Democratic Party 58-year rule. Earlier on Wednesday, the main opposition umbrella for democratic change, leader Duma Boko, voiced concerns about the exercise. Ballot counting began as soon polling closed at 17, but some voting stations stayed open long after the official closing time to allow voters queuing up to cast their ballots. The election will determine the makeup of the diamond-rich Southern African country's parliament, and lawmakers will later choose as the president. And that's Africa Today. But before we go, here are the headlines again. We told you that Tinubu appoints Major General Olufemi Oluyede as acting chief of army staff. Ghana presidential candidate Akua Donkor passes away.